Hello, I'm Laura Lewis. Welcome to the gas giants session. So we'll start off with looking what the gas giants are made of. So it's Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune in our solar system known as the gas giants. Because as you can see, they're mostly made of gases. We've got hydrogen, helium, methane gas. There may be metallic hydrogen inside some of them, but the core, right inside there, is the only bit that's solid. All the outer bit is gases. Okay, so and in the colder Uranus Neptune, you may get methane ices. That's why they're different colour, because Jupiter and Saturn are kind of hydrogen and helium, so they're kind of a yellowy colour, but Uranus and Neptune are made of methane ices, so they're most blue. Okay, but they're all mostly gas. That's why they're known as the gas giants. And as you can see, Earth here, they're all quite a lot bigger than the Earth, so obviously giants as in they're big planets too. Okay, Jupiter, looking at Jupiter, the first one. Okay, even though it's the largest planet in our solar system, it actually rotates the fastest. It rotates so fast, it bulges out of the middle a little bit. It rotates so quickly. So a day on Jupiter is only 12 hours, so it's half ours, even though Jupiter's a lot bigger planet. Now, so it rotates very quickly. So you may notice that there's a red spot on Jupiter. You can see it up close here. It's actually a storm. This is a huge storm, like a hurricane, the size of the Earth. Okay, so that's one of the noticeable things about Jupiter. Another one is its moons. So Jupiter has 50 moons, over 50 moons, depends when it last counted. But the four largest are known as Galilean moons. So these four. Okay, they're named after the discoverer Galileo, who was a physicist. Okay, sort of 1610 they were discovered. So they are known Io. So Io is a very volcanic moon. They've all got their interesting characteristics of each moon too. Okay, so you have a whole video on just the moons. Io, we have Europa. Okay, Europa's covered in ice. Okay, then we have Ganymede, the biggest moon of the solar system, and then we have Callisto. Okay, here they've all got their own they've all got their own characteristics. But Io is very interesting one. It's covered in volcanoes. Okay, Saturn. Okay, one of the probably the prettiest planet. Okay, Saturn's rings are not solid though. They're made of ice and rock grains. A bit like gravel, really, like cold gravel. They're made of. They reflect a lot of light from the sun, can mainly made of ice. That's the most moons of any planet. So every time we look for more moons of Jupiter, we find more moons of Saturn. It's got over 50 as well. Okay, but Titan, the largest moon of Saturn, has actually been, this way we've got a nice close-up image of it. It's been visited by spacecraft to look for signs of life, okay, because it's sort of organic molecules, they're things that make up life are found it. No life's been found so far, but it's an interesting moon. So other moons include Dione and Tethys. There are other ones that you could search for as well. They've all got there's one called Iapetus, is interesting too. Pan, Phoebe, because they've got lots and lots of moons of Saturn. It's also the least dense of the gas giants. It's less dense than water. So some people say if you found some kind of swimming pool big enough to float Saturn in, Saturn would float because it's less dense than water. It's so much gas compared to the rocky core. Uranus, I think it's a fascinating planet. Okay, because it's got a ring system. It's just a bit smaller than Saturn, not quite as sort of showy as Saturn. It's got a ring system. It's tipped over on its side and it like rolls around the sun. It's most likely a comet hit it in its formation, knocked it right over. Okay, so it's got a very interesting rotation. One of the other interesting things about Uranus is one of its moons. I think it's probably my favourite moon in the solar system. It's just so odd. Okay, it's called Miranda. It's got a sort of human name. So its surface looks like this. This is actually what it looks like. So it's most likely was half destroyed in the past by an impact, and then gravity brought it back together again. So it's like a big jigsaw puzzle of a moon. I find it fascinating. So Neptune, the last of the gas giants, this is Neptune, a view of Neptune from the moon Triton. I love this picture. I'll include it. Okay, it's the furthest planet from the sun. Okay, and it takes 165 Earth years to orbit. Okay, so longer than any humans lived. Its year is. It's also the Neptune system. So Neptune's moons are the coldest place in the solar system. You probably would expect that being the furthest from the sun. The moon Triton being the coldest place. It's a really good image Triton with ice and sort of rocky moon. You can see here. So Neptune also has a dark spot here, similar to Jupiter's. It's also a storm. So it actually moves faster than the red spot. It's actually got the windiest place in the solar system too. So thank you for listening to the introduction to the gas giants. Hope to see you for the rest of the solar system classes. Thank you and goodbye.